Hi guys, today we're going to be doing another Chit Chat Get Ready with me. I know we had one of these go up on, go up on Thursday, but I have a bunch of new makeup stuff that I've purchased, some new holiday stuff, along with some just new items, and this is the best way to chat with you about them and try them out. Some of them are first impressions, some I've tried a little bit, so I'll talk my way through as I'm going, and I don't really have a topic in mind. I was kind of thinking about a topic and an eye look, and I have no idea what's going to happen here, so let's just go ahead and get started. I haven't actually moisturized my skin yet, so I figured we would try this out together. It's the Origins Matte Moisturizer with Willow Bark, and a lot of you recommended this to me on my most recent matte moisturizers video, so let's try it out. It smells like grapefruit, which I love, but like a really natural grapefruit, like not super fruity. It really kind of has that bitterness that actual natural fruit, actual grapefruit has. I'm quite tired, guys. Okay, that absorbed really quickly into the skin. Wow. Because I feel like it, I'm gonna do a whole bunch of like prep that I may not necessarily do on the day-to-day, but I've got a bunch of new stuff that I want to try and talk about. This is new from Physicians Formula. Ooh, it feels really good. It's their Refreshment Cucumber and Bamboo ID Puffer. Feels great. I've been loving this kind of thing. Feels really minty, but doesn't burn the eyes or anything like that. And I will have a full new Physicians Formula video up in the new year. I just want some time to play around with it, but you will see some of their new stuff pop up in videos, including their foundation, which I will be using today. And I'm actually gonna be reviewing that in the 12 days of foundation. I'm also gonna use the Sugar, it's the Fresh Sugar Lip Serum Advanced Therapy. This is so bizarre. I used this for the first time the other night. You need the smallest amount of product, and I put it on my lips and I was like, it's so weird. Like, it is really watery, but then it kind of sets and gets a little bit thicker, but you do end up kind of eating it. I ended up eating it both times I put this on my lips, but I thought it might kind of soften up my lips and be good prep. For primer today, I'm going to be using this snazzy one from Guerlain. You'll see this in an upcoming haul, but I bought it during the Spend Your Points event at Shoppers Drug Mart, so I got this and another product for like 20 bucks. Oh, this is so much more liquidy than the YSL one. The Shoppers Drug Mart point system and everything is just so much better than Sephora, and they have Spend Your Points events, and I actually got an email today and it was like, we're sorry for the processing time that it took too long. Here's $10, spend it by February like 28th. And I was like, oh my god, I didn't even notice there was a longer processing time. I didn't complain or anything, so that was super impressive to me. And then, as if I don't have enough stuff on my face, let's try this. It's the e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. Whoa, that is aggressive. I've mentioned this in a recent e.l.f. haul if you're curious to check that out. They have a ton of new stuff out. I am going to do just a smidge of a spot concealing because the Physicians Formula foundation is not super full coverage, spoiler alert, and I want to go a little bit more bold with this look potentially. I'm using the Benefit Boing. My skin is so broken out right now. I don't know if it's from all the foundations I've been testing or just all the filming I've been doing. Going on vacation next week, so a little bit of like pre-vacation stress and just the holidays, but my skin is displeased to say the least. So for foundation, I feel like I've already done so much to my face and we're just getting to foundation. This is the Healthy Foundation from Physicians Formula. If you follow me on Instagram or Snapchat, you would have seen that I went to a launch for a lot of their new products recently, and you will see this in an oily skin, no, I keep calling it Oily Skin Diaries week, in the 12 days of foundation, but I did just want to kind of show it to you because I know I was super curious. As soon as I got to the event, I was like, foundations! All my shades and everything that I'm wearing will be listed down below, but I'm wearing DW2, and there's 16 shades in the range, which is awesome. I know anybody who knows me or follows me anywhere that I've complained many a time about Physicians Formula and their shade ranges, so I'm really happy to see this. And I talk about this more in my review, so I won't harp on it, but I know a lot of people will say it's too late, I'm not going to spend my money there, you know, they've been ignoring me kind of thing, which absolutely, like, fair enough, you do you. But I personally think now that brands are starting to release deeper shades that we should give them the benefit of the doubt, or at least try or consider it, because that's what we've been asking for and now we're getting it. Some people may say that they're pandering or just doing it because it's trendy or whatever it may be, and I'm sure some brands are, but I'm just happy to see more shades. It gives us more selection. We're able to try things if we want to. So we'll see where it goes. Like, I'm pretty pleased. So I'm just gonna build this up on my skin a little bit more. And as for availability on this foundation, It's available on their website now. Shipping to Canada, I believe, is kind of expensive from the website, but you will start seeing this in stores sooner than later. It just kind of depends. With any foundation or with any drugstore launch, I always get questions like, when is it releasing? But there's never like a date for drugstore releases because it's not like it's going up on a website like Sephora. For the most part, there's no date. It's just kind of like, it'll show up in the next month or so, and then it also depends like what city you live in, what drugstore are you going to, but it is available on their website now if you are American and want to order from there, or Canadian. I have a new concealer here from CoverGirl. This is their Vitalist concealer, and I'm thinking that this is not only going to be too light, but it's not going to be heavy enough coverage, but let's try it under my eyes anyways. This is the shade Medium Deep, and I'm like, excuse me, like, this looks so pale. Medium Deep? Are you kidding me? Okay, this is not going to be high enough coverage, and it's supposed to be like healthy skin and stuff, so I don't expect it to have a ton of coverage, but I did want to try it on its own. I have never been a fan of CoverGirl concealers, but the odd thing is I love their foundations. Like, their foundations, basically every single one of them is like my favorite, one of my favorite drugstore foundations, but then their concealers are just always so watery. So let me just tap this out with my fingers. I think this could be nice if you're wearing like a BB cream or more light application, but that's not really what I'm going for here today, but I did want to try it out. It is actually quite pretty. This is probably my favorite CoverGirl concealer that I've tried. I really wanted to love the Outlast all day, and I thought I loved it. But it was just one of those concealers that like talked a big game, but then when you went to blend it out, it just ran away. Okay, I turned off the camera and did my brows, added a little bit of Shape Tape. You don't need to see me do that for the 100th time. Using this new Eco Tools brush to blend out my concealer. I generally like to use a combination of fingers and brush and kind of let it set on my skin a little bit. I actually do quite like that CoverGirl concealer. It's just not what I need for this look. I mean, I've only tried it for like 5 minutes, but it does seem like it's gonna be nice. If you ever go a little hardcore on your concealer like I did today, I'm just bringing a little foundation up around the edges, and then I'm gonna blend it into it to kind of like make it less stark on my face. Something that I'm so excited to use is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is their contouring wand, and it has like a kind of a cushiony thing on the top. There it is. And it just seems like it's good. Ooh, girl! Seems like it's going to be really nice. I think it feels like it's going to blend easy. At least I hope so, because I've got a lot on my face. Okay, let's get to blending. See what happens. Okay, definitely blends out quite easily, which thank God. I like the this Real Techniques contour brush for blending out cream contour. I don't love it for powder contour. I see a lot of people use it for powder contour, but I don't love it like that. So this is kind of like a really nice kind of neutral. It definitely is a little bit warmer than I thought, but I'm glad that it comes in a shade that I can use, because I feel like brands like Charlotte Tilbury don't always cater to deeper skin tones. I know they have some deeper shades in their Magic foundation, but like their blushes, their powders, none of those are really even suitable for my skin tone. So I'm glad that this exists. It's an odd product to have a deeper shade in. Normally contour products are where like brands really ignore you. So that seems super natural on the skin. I really like that. I'm gonna have to play around with it a little bit more. There's a lighter shade and a highlight as well. To set my under eyes, I'm using the Laura Mercier setting powder. I feel like I'm the last person on earth to try that. This is like one of those products where it's like everybody loves it. Seems like the Naked palettes. I never ever had the Naked palettes because they never appealed to me, the shade ranges. This Benefit Hoola, although I do like Benefit Hoola now. It's just, there's just those cult products, but I have been using this and I do really like it. To set my face, I'm going to be using this CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powder. This is in the shade Medium Beige, and from what I could tell of the press sheet that I received from CoverGirl PR, it seemed like this was the deepest shade. I don't understand what's going on. CoverGirl has always been good with deeper shades, and I think it's just a Canadian thing, honestly, because we tend to not get deeper shades in products even when they exist, which is so annoying. A lot of the time it's actually retailers too. This is something I did want to talk about, besides me rambling about absolutely nothing. A lot of the time retailers dictate the products that hit the shelves, and they dictate the shade range as well. So for example, Wet n Wild is something I've talked about a bunch. Wet n Wild, H-Quarters, oh my god, I'm so tired. Wet n Wild, Headquarters, talk to people at their offices. They want to be in Canadian retailers, but Canadian retailers don't want them. Then when they are in store, Canadian retailers decide what shades, and they don't want to stock a lot of darker products for some reason. But the problem is, it's like we can't easily hop online and buy from the Wet n Wild website either because it's super expensive. Same with like Physicians Formula. I don't know what shades are going to end up on in shelves here, so that powder is really nice though. And then there's also the CoverGirl Queen line, which doesn't exist here in Canada. So it's like, if you're not going to put it on the shelves, like at least I would love to see better retailers online. I know Amazon.com has been doing some great stuff with makeup, with drugstore releases in the States, so I'd love to see that come to Canada. For bronzer today, I'm going to be using this one from NARS. It's one of their, I think they're called the Sun Diffusing bronzers. I don't know if this is going to be a good brush. I've been loving this brush. It's from Mark, like Avon Mark. And I've been loving it for bronzers, especially bronzers that are a little bit powdery, because it's not a super dense brush, but it still has a good amount of shape to it, so you don't end up picking up too much product. Oh, I know something that I wanted to talk to you about. It's 0% important, but something that has been a big part of my life lately is British and Irish television shows. On Netflix Canada, at least, there are so many. A lot of them are police shows, and a lot of them have like strong-ass female leads. And the one thing I noticed first off with British television is that the people who actually are actors, like, they look like human beings. They have imperfections, they're not all models, and it's just really, really refreshing. Then they also just have this like casual sense about them that's really interesting, but they're also really intriguing. Like, I've been like gasping and yelling no and all this kind of stuff. So some of them are like a little bit gorier than others. If you like cop shows and murder investigations as much as I do, there's a few that I highly recommend, and I would love to hear your recommendations in this genre or just Netflix in general. For blush, I'm going to be using this Too Faced blush in the shade Ginger Peach. I don't really totally know how to approach it. I'm just going to use a stippling brush. But the shows that I love are Broadchurch. I loved Happy Valley. I loved Dr. Foster. Is not a cup one, but it's just kind of crazy. I just finished Luther season 4, or I'm on Luther season 4 today, which has Idris Elba in it, who I didn't know was British. So to hear his British accent, I'm like, oh, you're even that much more pretty now. Oh, Line of Duty, incredible, so good, like gasping, yelling at the screen. So those are so good, so I'd love to hear your recommendations. It seems like a pretty color. I'm gonna skip highlight, as I like to do that towards the end, and move you into my eyes. I am gonna prime my eyes with this Hard Candy eyeshadow primer. Oh, something else that my boyfriend and I have been watching, he doesn't really watch like cop shows, that's more of a me thing, but Blue Planet 2 is incredible, and Planet Earth 2 is actually out on Netflix Canada anyways. They're both so good. Like, I have learned so much. I'm always so blown away. It's so entertaining and beautiful and heartbreaking, and I just love that series. So on my eyes, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette, which I'm super excited about, but there's no mattes in there, so I thought I would try this. It's from the website Shop Hush, which I have reviewed before. This is the Inferno palette, which I think is supposed to be a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Heat, and I'm going to just grab some of the mattes out of here. Firstly, I'm going to take the shade Baked and just put it all over the lid to set my primer. I have a whole video about 2 of the palettes that I purchased from that website, and actually after that video went up, they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try the rest of their palettes. I was like, yeah, I do. So if you would like to see more videos, I know a lot of people were asking me about the Subculture dupe. I can try and test this one out. There's a new Huda Beauty one. So I have all of those. If you would like to see more videos about it, let me know. In my crease, I'm going to take a little bit of this and maybe a little bit of that. I'm going on vacation soon, and my boyfriend and I are going to Vancouver Island because I have family there, and I'm gonna meet my grandmother there. Not like meet her, like I know her. But my grandmother lives in Newfoundland, and I didn't really want to go home to Newfoundland this year because it's so expensive. Like, last year I paid $800 to get home to Newfoundland, and I was like, I could be so many places for $800. Flying within Canada is a nightmare. Like, it's cheaper to go elsewhere. So these are really powdery, but blending beautifully. Anyway, so I convinced her to fly literally across the country from one island to the other. And then my aunt and my cousins are there, which is nice. It's nice to be around kids at Christmas. Like, it's just not the same with all adults. In my family anyways. So I'm excited to spend Christmas with them, and my boyfriend's gonna be there, which is awesome because we didn't spend Christmas together last year because I went home to Newfoundland. But what I'm getting at is when we were booking flights to Vancouver, I think they were like 600 bucks each, which is decent, believe it or not, for Canada. He was looking up other flights for whatever reason and found flights to LA and San Francisco for an extra $300. So we're gonna fly to LA, stay there for 4 days, fly to San Francisco, stay there for 4 days, and then fly to Vancouver Island. So I think we're gone for like 20 days in total. And my cat, like Rue, oh my God, I honestly have cried several times thinking about how lonely she's going to be. She's not like your average cat. Like, she follows me everywhere. She waits in front of the door when I was out of town for work, when I used to travel, when I go out for the night. My boyfriend has to pull up a chair so that she can sit next to him at the computer. Like, she is so needy, and she's gonna have such a hard time. Can't find my NYX glitter glue, which I've really been liking lately. So I'm just gonna lay down some of this NYX waterproof base for the more foiled shadow. But yeah, so my boyfriend's friend is going to be stopping in to check on her. I would have preferred one of my friends because I know like they like cats. Not that he doesn't like cats, but I know like he's not gonna pick Rue up and like spoon her and sing to her like she requires. So here is the Urban Decay palette. I'm dying to reach for the warm shades, the rusties, the golds, which I still may, but I'm gonna use the green just for variety's sake. I know, ooh girl, this is so pretty. I know I get annoyed when like a new palette comes out that has like beautiful colors in it and everybody just does the same look. Like when the Too Faced Totally Cute palette came out, which is like 90% bright shades and everybody did the same warm eye. I was like, no. So let me try and break that mold here. This is so pretty. I want to try it on the lower lash line and see what happens when it's not like a sticky base. Okay, yeah, it does deposit some color. On my inner corner, I'm going to try this shade called Twisted, and the shade I put on my lid was called Mullet. See what happens. Ooh, that's pretty. So bright. I've added some winged liner. I used this cute little holiday set from Stila. It's the Big Shot, so it's got their mascara in here and also their all day liquid liner, which I know a lot of people love, which is new to me. But I did want to try a new mascara today from Physicians Formula. This is called their Killer Curves mascara, and it has like a pretty bristly brush, which generally means good volume. I also set my brows. If you guys have any recommendations for good brow gels, please let me know. Brow gels that like literally glue your brows in place. I've got a lot that I love, but I always find the tail of my brow gets like messed up. Okay, so here's what it looks like. I don't know if I love it or not yet. The brush feels really good, but it feels like it doesn't have enough product on it. So let me just go in and layer it up a little bit. This one is new from Bourjois. It's their Volume Reveal, and I've been liking it. Bourjois makes great mascaras. So I brought you back out for highlighting. This is another palette from Shop Hush. It's their Oasis highlighting kit. I'm guessing this is supposed to be like an Anastasia palette. This one is in the shade Oasis. I said that already. I'm gonna try this shade up here, Pina Colada. Oh, it's a cream. Okay, let's try it. That's bizarre. Was not expecting that. I was like, why is there no product? So that seems really pretty, but I am going to use another highlighter then, one that I know is a powder. This is from e.l.f. It's one of their duochromatic highlighters or holographic highlighters, prismatic highlighters, whatever you want to call it. This one is in Mermaid's, whoa, Mermaid's Kiss, Siren's Call, Siren's Call. And these are actually really pretty. I wasn't sure when I swatched them, but they definitely perform better than they swatch. I have too much highlighter on my face. Far too much. This is out of control. Hold on, stay tuned. Just patting it out with my foundation brush. My card cut out because I'm talking so much, so I just had to go upload a whole bunch of footage. The glow is back under control. I'm gonna move on to the lips. This is not new, but I do want to mention it because it has been one of my favorite lip liners of the year, potentially. It is just such a good shade for me. It's Bite Beauty, the lip pencil in the shade 40, and it's just one of those perfect colors that works with like any lipstick for me. I hope that this video hasn't been too all over the place and seems too sporadic, but I really just did kind of want to like chill, talk about whatever came to mind, try some new makeup. I really am a little bit zonked right now. I have been working really hard to get up as many videos as I have, and I know a lot of people are in this place for December, but there's just so many new launches, so many things that I want to talk to you about, and I truly do care about educating you and spreading the word about new products, giving you my opinion. So I'm really pushing myself this month to make it work and to get valuable content up for you. So I hope that you have been, you know, enjoying hanging out with me this month. It's only the beginning of the month, so there's lots more of me to come. But anyways, I'm going to be using this new CoverGirl Melting Lasting Pout Matte. This one is in the shade Coral Chronicles. So this is their new matte lipstick. Ooh, this is pretty. Yeah, this is nice. I can see this being like an everyday. Yeah, I like that. It is a little bit more pink than what I want to go for, so I'm gonna put another lip product over this. I'm wearing so much makeup right now and I'm literally doing nothing tonight. I'm gonna edit this video. That's what I'm gonna do. My boyfriend has his work Christmas party. They weren't allowed +1, so we're having our own Christmas party here tonight. I love this lip combination. It looks so good. This is the kind of lip that I wear like on the everyday. It kind of reminds me of like Kat Von D Lolita sort of vibes. But I am going to put this Bite Beauty liquefied lipstick and caramelized on it just because it has this like, I really love the look of like green on the eyes with a super nudie kind of beige lip. These are phenomenal. So here is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me. I'm quite happy with how this all came out. I think it looks pretty good. Overall, everything that I put on my face, I'm quite excited about. The only thing I'm not totally sure about right now is the Physicians Formula mascara. It didn't seem to do as much as I would like it to have done. The Urban Decay palette is tons of fun. Loving this CoverGirl lip. What else did I put on my face? The Charlotte Tilbury contour was good. Everything seems really, really good so far. So I'm obviously going to need to test some of these products out a little bit more, but here's kind of like just a little scoop on what I've gotten in recently. And it's just such a good way to show you what's new and show you what I have been testing out. Let me know if we got ready together, because I know a lot of you seem to watch my videos in the morning when you're getting ready, and that's how I get ready, as well as I watch YouTube videos, and it's kind of like we're getting ready together, which is always tons of fun. As always, everything will be listed in the description box that I used today, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!